What's going on, H2O Army? Joseph from H2O Plants. Today I got a very special package from our buddies at Flip Aquatics. Rob, thank you very much. We're going to open it up, take a look at inside. This is my first time ordering livestock from the internet, actually, and ordering from Rob particularly. So I want to take a look, see what's inside. These are some rare goodies, so let's take a look. All right, so it's actually kind of funny because this package was delayed a day, so I'm hoping that things are good. But on top of that, I also have customers about to show up in like 20 minutes to pick up some orders that are local to me. So I have to get that done. So trying to do this one-handed. Not the easiest thing to do. Just gonna try and rip it. Gotta saw it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And the fish room is a mess because we just actually did a bunch of modifications last night, and I have to do that. I have to clean up after them. So heat pack is still warm. So this was delayed a day, and I ordered it in the middle of the blizzard, or not blizzard, but the nor'easter that we're having over here. Oh, look at this. This is nicely packed. These are 4 individually wrapped and wrapped in more like padding. This is really nice, Rob, or Amanda, whoever packed this, or one of the other guys there. I forget the I think Jeff, and I don't know the other guys. But let's take a look at these guys. So can you already guess what they are? These are blue bolt shrimp. They are, I believe it's a Taiwan B. I'm not 100% with the with what they are. Oh, these are some beauties. I don't know how well this is going to come out. I'll definitely show you guys them once they're in the tank. But you can see here they're in these nice breather bags. Just taking a look. I don't think there's any DOAs in this one. They all look to be moving, so that's good. That's one. Let's take a look at what else. I'll double check all these with you guys real quick. And then what we're gonna have to do is, I know some people may say not to do it, but I'm going to do drip acclimating just because I want to, I believe drip acclimating these guys are probably gonna be the best bet. So we got one there. So we ordered, how many is in here? I forget. I think I ordered 30 of these. So if there's 4 packages, I think he may have shipped me more than 30 because I'm looking at it. And the bag's like, this bag, I'm counting at least 10 in this bag. And that bag looks just as full as this bag, so that has to be at least 20. And if there's 4 bags, unless he shipped me something else as well, he may have shipped me more than 30, which is freaking awesome because these guys are not cheap. These are they're not the most expensive shrimp, but they're one of the more pricey rare shrimp that you can find. Typically I see these go from anywhere between $5 to $25 per shrimp, depending on the grade. And yeah, there looks like there's a pretty significant amount in here, which is awesome. Now, the cool thing about these guys, so they're usually part blue and part white, but the more blue they have and the less white they have, I'm told, the higher the grade. But I actually like them with more like half white and half blue. I think it's such a cool looking thing, and I'm really hoping that these guys do well for me. This is my first time trying a hard to keep shrimp, and these are probably harder than I should probably try, but we'll see. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and definitely say it looks like we may have about 40 of these guys. I'm gonna have to count them up once I stick them in a bucket, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick them in a bucket. Here they all are on my messy table right now. We're gonna drain all the water, like put them in a bucket, drain all the water in there with them in there, and then I'm going to drip acclimate over the next 2 to 3 hours, maybe longer, depending on how they do and all that. And then once I have that set, we'll come back to you and show you what goes on here. Alrighty guys, so the shrimp have been acclimating for 3 hours in this drip method. We actually upped the drips a bit here, And we changed the container because the other container was almost about, I would say, 90% full. And I wanted to really give them a good amount of our tank water so that way they have the best possible chance of surviving. Now, if you didn't know, let's run over a couple of things with these shrimp. These are going in a Flex here, 15 gallon. It has RO water, which is basically water that has everything stripped out of it using an RO unit or reverse osmosis. We will probably do a video on that whole thing all on its own, but that's pretty much what we're using here. We are also using some mineral GH booster here by Bee Shrimp, or Salty Bee, I believe is the name. And so that's used in this to bring this up to a 6 GH, or GH or KH, it's one of those, 6 GH I believe it is. Yeah, 6 GH, and then also we're keeping it, ideally we want it at about 120 TDS, but right now this tank is sitting just under 100, which if I was to add more water, it would really mess things up, so I'm just going to leave it. I think it'll be fine. The shrimp are adjusting here to our water parameters, so as every drop goes into this water, it's lowering the TDS as it goes along. So we have a little bit more ways to go. I'm going to let this fill up maybe for about another 20 minutes before I move these guys, and then I will shift them over. So we have about 100 TDS. The pH should definitely be below 6, I think, because we have all the leaf litter, which if we take a closer look here, you can see all the leaf litter there, and you can also see the driftwood. So all that's lowering the pH, not to mention we have aqua soil, which is lowering the pH also and buffering it. So all in all, the pH is going to be low, which these guys like because these are a fancy shrimp. They prefer lower pH and stuff. So overall, they're doing great. There's no DOAs, which is awesome. I love that. I was really worried because one, you know, I'm a big animal lover and I would hate to have any of them die, but they all look great, and hopefully I don't kill them by putting them in my tank. So I think they're going to do okay. They're all still moving around after having probably 5 to 6 times more water from the tank than they did than, you know, they were shipped in, which is what you want when you're drip acclimating. You want to pretty much give them you know, 4 to 6 times more volume of water than what they shipped in. So that's what they have here. I would say it's probably about 6 times as much, and they're, you know, they're doing quite well. They're not really moving around a whole lot. They're actually kind of a little still, but they are alive. Like if you look closely, you'll see them moving. I just think that's because it's a plastic container. There's really not a whole lot for them to grip onto. So we'll be moving them here in just a moment. I'm gonna let this go for a little bit longer, like I said, and then we will be back. Alright, so the shrimp are as acclimated as I can get them. The temperature is just about right on. They're about a half a degree or a little slightly more off from the tank water to what their holding bin is. Everything else is similar. There's a little fluctuation, so I hope that that's going to be okay. These are sensitive shrimp, so cross your fingers that they do it right, but I'm going to start scooping them out. I have this 3D shrimp net here that I got offline, and I'm just going to start scooping them all up with it. It actually works pretty dang well. And I got a bunch, and there you go, and in there you go. Now that these guys are in there, I'm going to try and get you a little bit better shots. It's a little difficult though, because one, the water is cloudy, but there's 2 of them right there, as you can see. Also doesn't help that the front of this tank is bowed, so images may be a little skewed, but there's some more around the moss domes. And they're looking good. They're looking active. You know, we only added them a few minutes ago, but in the tub they were standing still. Here they're actually moving around, which is good to see. I'm glad. Some of the plants are growing in. The Marsilia is carpeting out a bit. We added in this this stem, which is actually doing pretty good here in this water because it was not growing well in my other tank. Oh, and actually I didn't even see the shrimp right there. But there they are. Check those guys out. And there's another one. Another one. There's so many in here. I'm tempted to tell Jake he can't have any, but we did make an agreement that he was going to buy half. Oh, here's a really nice one right up here. Let's see, can we get it to focus? Wow, look at that bad boy. Wow, these guys are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I want to almost tell Jake that he can't have any of these. they're that good looking. They're even more beautiful in person. I did not think that they were going to look as good as they do, and they do. They're great. And it's not that I didn't have faith in Rob. You know, when you see something online, you just never know what it's going to look like in person. And I've never seen these guys before in person, so I am very pleased with these. You know, big shout out to Flip Aquatics, like I said, for hooking it up. I did pay for these. I don't know if I mentioned that. I did pay for these. He gave me a discount, obviously because we're buddies, but I did pay a pretty penny for these nonetheless. So, you know, I'm not just doing one of those like free review type things. You know, I spent money. I put my money up where my mouth is, and you know, these guys are way better than I anticipated. The one thing though I have to say, and this is no gripe about Rob here or Flip Aquatics, but my Sakura shrimp that I have in my 55 that you guys may have seen before, they're huge. They are massive. These guys are so small compared to that. And I think that's just how these shrimp are. They're just super tiny. So I guess just be aware, like if you're gonna get like the special shrimp, like the Taiwan Bees or the cherry or the crystal reds or anything like that, I believe they're all this like tiny. Like you could see there's a grain of aqua soil, and like the shrimp is maybe like 3 grains of aqua soil long. So these guys are really tiny, which is fine. We're good. Like this is a shrimp only tank. Like there will be no other fish going in this tank, and this is theirs to populate and colonize all their own. So I'm really excited to see what happens, and you know, hopefully we get a flourishing colony. Hell, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be selling some of these, you know, as our colony populates, and we have way more than we need. But right now there is 47 in here. The one problem is getting 24 or 23 of them out for Jake. It may be a process that we have to go through one day. We're probably gonna have to rip out most of the plants to try and get these guys, because they are, you know, they'll stand out once this water clears up a little bit. And the reason why it's cloudy, I don't know if I mentioned that too, it's because there's tannins, so it'll clear up. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. What do you think about these shrimp? Are they some of the coolest shrimp you've ever seen? I think so. I think these are some of the nicest looking shrimp you can have, at least from my personal opinion. I love the blue and white. They look so amazing. I'm so happy. I've been wanting these guys for so long. Hopefully I don't kill them. That's all I'm hoping. Hopefully they don't kill them. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. As always, hit that like button, subscribe here if you're new, and share with your friends if you think these shrimp are awesome. Ooh, there's a group photo. There's a group gathering. Look at how many. Oh, they're so cool. I love them. Wow, look at that. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one.